India has issued its first national guidelines for disaster victim identification or DVI. Released by the National Disaster Management Authority, the guidelines lay down a standard scientific method to identify victims in mass casualty disasters. They define roles for police, medical teams, and forensic experts with an emphasis on accuracy, coordination, and dignity for the deceased.
These guidelines have been developed in view of the difficulties that we have been facing in the past in identification of the disaster victims because the limited no availability of resources and the process for identification had actually led to a lot of problems in identification of the disaster victims.
Experts have welcomed the announcement, calling it long overdue.
These particular events, for example, the Boeing accident in Ahmedabad, and also there have been many incidents where public get exposed to bomb blasts. In such instances, at times, identification of the remnants of the people who get exposed to such disasters becomes very difficult. The Interpol actually established certain mechanisms for identification, which includes fingerprinting, DNA analysis, and also the forensic odontology, which are also utilized in our country as well. But due to limited expertise, resources, and the definite dedicated system, we were not able to do it well earlier. Now, these guidelines have actually proposed that we should establish a good data registry system for victim identification.
The guidelines recommend a globally accepted step-by-step identification process. This includes systematic recovery of bodies, tagging and documentation, and the use of primary identifiers such as fingerprints, dental records, and DNA. Secondary identifiers such as clothing and personal belongings will be used only to support primary findings, ensuring scientific certainty before confirmation.
Implementation is the most important part of it. And I hope with collaborations of the State Disaster Management Authority and the District Disaster Management Authorities, there would be a need to actually update the base profile. For example, we are talking about forensic odontology. But if you look into the available data, which is from different hospitals and practitioners in dentistry sector, is very limited. So I think we have to work a lot in the pre-disaster situations by acquiring those data of dental history, which would help us in post-mortem stages in identification of the victims. So first stage is involvement of respective disaster management departments as well as health and family welfare departments from the states to collect this data and serve it as a base profile for identification of the victims. Second is not only building the national level capabilities, but also the similar capabilities, infrastructure, resources, and expertise also need to be built in the states too, so that it will facilitate and fasten the process of victim identification. So I think it's likely to take time.
The guidelines call for specialized training, forensic infrastructure, interagency coordination, and regular mock drills. Experts say building a comprehensive forensic database will be crucial to effective implementation.